Hennessey podcast. Who knows what episode it is? Who cares? We're here. We're staying consistent, and we're on the podcast.
Yeah,
I'm here with Adam, the self-proclaimed guest, and my name is Alex, the self-proclaimed host. We don't have any ads. We get right into the content, and today we're talking about some legendary cars, some of the most legendary of all time. Adam, you can't see them because they're behind you.
This is all new to me.
That's the point of this exercise. We're going to blindly surprise you talking about, first up, the Lamborghini Murcielago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a hugely iconic car. Their Halo V12 series car started off originally, I guess, with... Is the Miura part of that lineup? Or is the
Miura was the very first one that they ever...
Yeah. Is that the first Lamborghini ever? We need to look this up.
That's the first one that got any sort of recognition.
Right. So the first, I guess, official V12 Halo car was the Countach. At least that I know of.
I hate. I don't know if that's a controversial thing.
Really?
But I can't understand why people like them or how they got the traction they did. I guess probably because back in the day, it was so new and edgy and different that it was cool.
Yeah.
But they're gross to look at.
I mean, I can kind of get that. It's kind of ugly.
It's very ugly. And then from what I've heard, I've never driven one. They suck to drive. They're very unreliable. They don't look good. I don't know why they got the following they do.
But the movie scene from Wolf of Wall Street.
But the Wolf of Wall Street movie was recent enough to where, like, the Countach was already a popular car and iconic in its own way before the movie came out. So,
yeah. I get it. They look old.
Yeah.
Did I care about a Countach before Wolf of Wall Street? I don't think so. I'll just say that.
Do you care about them now?
Oh, I think it's cool because it's like, oh, that's the car from Wolf of Wall Street.
But that's the only cool factor for it. Okay, yeah.
That's it. I mean, I'm sure they're kind of cool when you get in them, and then about 5 minutes later, you're like, ugh. So up next would be the Diablo. And I just want to get a photo here because compared to the Countach, it was like, wow, that looks like a supercar.
It looked appealing.
Yeah, it looked appealing. I mean,
the Countach was
kind of cool.
Yeah, it's got the... Do you know the clarification, the whole scissor door versus... obviously, I know it's not gull wing, but like what?
The proper term, I believe, is just a vertical door.
Okay.
McLaren uses a dihedral door. Let's ask chat. Hey, what up, chat? We're talking about doors from supercars, and we're wondering the difference between a vertical door, a scissor door, a dihedral door, and a gull wing door.
None of the information that I want to know.
Hey, what up? Sure thing. So a vertical door is a general term often used to describe doors that open upward instead of outward. They're typically aftermarket mods and can pivot up from the hinge.
Oh my gosh, that's
Scissor doors, like on a Lamborghini, rotate vertically at a fixed hinge near the A-pillar, moving upward in a slight arc. They open upward and slightly outward, making them super iconic. Dihedral doors, like on the McLaren, rotate outward and upward on a hinge that's at an inclined angle, sort of like a mix between a scissor door and a conventional door. Gull wing doors, like on the...
Yeah, okay. Interesting. There is a difference, though. I didn't know scissor was a proper term. I thought that was more like a slang term, like rim, when people call wheels rims.
Right.
Really dislike that.
Agreed.
Yeah.
They're also just simply referred to as Lambo doors most of the time. Because
and... It's not that they're wrong, because I feel like Lamborghini really made it popular to have those vertical or scissor, I guess, doors.
Yeah,
but
was there anybody beforehand doing it?
Yeah, that's a good question. What's the history of the scissor door? I mean, go on ChatGPT, audience, all 6 of you who are listening, please, that would be an interesting question. So, anyways, manual V12, Diablo, pretty cool. I remember using it on Hot Pursuit 2, Need for Speed, PlayStation. Dang, that was just OG time. All right, and then we get to the Murcielago.
The Murcielago, yeah.
I feel like the Murcielago was, it's the third iteration of their V12 mid-engine kind of Halo car, Countach, Diablo, Murcielago, all named after the famous Italian bulls. Whatever, cool.
Got some history to it. Yeah,
but man,
that's cool.
the Mercy was a culture shifter.
Yeah, that's the one that really took off. Do you think? I mean, I'm trying to think if it was there a movie that it was in? Was it because of a video game? Like, why was that the one that?
I don't know, because it just looks so insane.
But
like,
arguably,
revolutionary.
Does the Diablo look crazier? Because I could argue that it kind of does. It almost looks. Okay, but now that's in SV, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. SVs and SVJs, that's a different story. But just like a regular Mercy to a regular Diablo, I don't think the Mercy looks that crazy if the doors aren't up and it's not ripping down the road. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I get it, but V12 came in a manual.
Yeah.
So the manuals have skyrocketed in money.
Yeah.
But now I think they're actually kind of going back down in value because the manual swaps are becoming very popular from the e-gears. So people are just taking the cheap e-gear ones, doing the manual swap and being like, haha,
good enough.
I have the same thing you have, but you paid like $1 million for it.
Yeah, really the only difference is the paperwork behind the VIN. I mean,
yeah, I have not driven a Murcielago.
Nor have I.
I think it'd be cool. I would like to.
I agree, yeah.
Let us know in the comments if you
we'll hit
have
up Jack.
driven one.
We'll hit up Jack.
Yeah, Jack has one.
Yeah. See if we can do some frothy burnouts in that thing and just hoon it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That would be cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate it. I'll let him rip the Beamer. Maybe we can do a trade.
Yeah.
I think
just
that'd be sufficient.
Straight trade, yeah.
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 All right, what's next on our list
So, moving on to a completely different brand, different country of origin, lots of ups and downs, but Aston Martin came out with a slew of, like, not one-offs, but some of them, I guess, were really low production.
Mm-hmm.
The Aston Martin Vulcan being one of them. Yeah.
I would argue that that's like, I don't want to say the best looking car, but one of the best looking modern day supercar kind of vehicles. I like everything about it.
Mm-hmm. I've seen one in person.
Does it hit the same?
10x harder. Really? Yeah, it's incredible in person.
I know there's the one guy that got it street legal.
Oh.
There's no other way. I wouldn't be able to just be confined to a track in that thing.
I would.
I mean, I guess. But I would want to like, weave through traffic in it, you know?
I don't think it'd be fun through traffic. It's just so race car.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the way that those race cars are set up, like with transmission and gearing, if you're not shifting at red line, like at the top of the range, it's weird.
Yeah.
It doesn't like it. They don't like being driven slow.
So do that.
It's just
on I-10.
Yeah, I mean? Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like that car.
Yeah.
And I mean, but isn't it one of those ones that's illegal at the majority of tracks that are out there for noise and all that fun stuff?
Yeah, but those tracks don't
buzzkill.
Those tracks shouldn't even be in America. Some of those tracks with noise restrictions, California.
Yeah, I never understood that. I guess it's just because they're too close to residential areas, or what?
Tell those people to move.
Yeah, their fault. You bought a house next to a track, even if the track came afterwards.
Yeah, your fault.
Yeah,
take responsibility.
Either don't have the racetrack there, and then they have it on the street in front of their neighborhood,
right?
Or don't put their kids in danger. I think it's a safety issue. They should move.
Vulcan is absolutely sick.
It's gorgeous.
The Victors, of course, I've said it on the podcast, is one of my top 3 all time.
I do enjoy the Victor as well.
Vulcan, I could see Vulcan in my top 10 pretty easily. All right, last but not least, McLaren P1. You know, it's so iconic, it's so legendary.
Yeah.
But I have some contrary feelings to, I feel like, most of the world.
Why is that?
I just don't get the hype.
There's a lot to unpack there. The hype is around how, like, every time that I hear someone that either owns one or drove one or had an experience in one, they say it's like the rawest, it's the craziest, really fast, everyone says that it wants to kill you kind of McLaren.
Yeah.
Do you disagree with these statements?
I think it was slower than I thought it would be.
Okay.
I love the look of the P1.
But...
And I love the noises that it made while driving it.
Yeah.
The roof scoop that's functional, that's like actually whooshing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, really cool.
Mm-hmm. Could it be said, though, because I know this is something that I have to tell people that I run into on a regular basis. We here are so unbelievably numb to what fast is at this point, you especially, that to scratch the itch of like feeling fast, we're down to a couple cars left.
It's so annoying.
If you were to eliminate that factor in the P1 needing to be fast feeling, does the rest of it live up to its reputation and hype? Does it feel like you could swing it kind of around because it's got its drift kind of thing?
Yeah,
the back end could dance a little bit. Like, it feels a little crazy, or no?
It's hard to say that much negative, but it's also hard for me to like have a LaFerrari next to it and not be like absolutely taking the LaFerrari.
Have you had any experiences in the LaF or no?
No, I have driven a P1. I have not driven a LaF.
And
so maybe
also,
it's just like,
I was going to say what you mentioned before is just you want to catch them all.
Don't meet your heroes, I guess. Don't catch them all, because then you're like,
you've got nothing left to start for.
You have all these expectations, and you would think that, P1 is awesome. It blew me away, but
doesn't sound like it did. Well,
okay. I have some crazy statements here. Mm-hmm. I'll say a car that is overrated.
All right,
the F1.
Oh. Wow, I'm so okay. Tell me about that. Why do you think so?
It's hard to not love a manual V12.
Sure.
I haven't driven one, so again, it's hard to give the exact opinion. But it is cool about the whole center seating thing. I'm sure that's cool. It's a neat thing. Mm-hmm. Neat. Take two of your buddies in your coupe.
Yeah.
But the look of it doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, it's old.
But it's not like, there are other cars that are old. F40. It's in the same age range.
I've heard of those,
I love the F40.
It is very nice to look at.
Yeah, and I think that it hasn't aged. It just looks incredible. The F1, especially some of the F1s with like the super bass wheels, like they just feel like, is that crazy to me? But it's like, it feels boring.
I don't wholeheartedly disagree with you. I think I like it evidently more than you. And so I don't feel the exact same about it. But it is a little, for what it is and how crazy it is in terms of like the records that it has set and things like that, you would expect it to be a little bit more absurd.
Yeah, and it went 240 back in the day. It was cool. Yeah. I remember being a kid and seeing it in the Guinness Book of World Records, fastest car. Okay. But
so then what do you think about the new, was it the T50?
The
Gordon Murray?
Yeah, or the W1.
Well, yeah.
The T50 as well. It just does not do it for me.
Just because of the aesthetics or what?
Yeah. Manual V12, like driving experience, I'm sure on a windy mountain road, it would be nuts.
It seems unreal.
Yes. And I've seen the videos of it revving to the moon, driving past you on the racetrack. And like, okay, yes, incredible. But I don't know, man. There's something looks-wise that just feels so boring. It just looks boring.
I don't like the look of the back of it, the big
I don't love the fan
in the center and whatnot. But that aside, from the videos and the reviews and stuff that I've watched, it seems like it is everything that I love about a car.
Yeah.
Manual. It revs like crazy. It revs super fast. It seems like, in terms of a driving experience, it seems really loud. I love it, but I guess to your point, it's not that visually appealing.
I will say though, the W1,
that one
really growing on me.
Yep.
Just looks cool.
It's got the what am I looking at? Kind of the double head turn factor.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
see, you're like, oh, hang on a second, what was that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The T50 almost feels like too classic, too classy, too smooth, not edgy enough. And I'm not saying that I'm so in love with crazy Hot Wheels edgy cars like an Apollo IE. That I think is too much.
I could argue that that's a little excessive.
Yeah, it's like so much.
Yeah.
And it will look dated in a little bit.
Yeah.
But again, going back, like my example for the whole dated thing, F40. Dude, that thing does not age.
Yeah.
Still looks insane, cool. But yeah.
So there's an argument there to be had that like the crazy edgy, obviously going to age very quick. The F40 is not very edgy. It's not very crazy. It's pretty classy, clean.
Yeah.
It's just got a big wing.
Has a big wing, yeah.
Which is cool. So the argument of the F1 in the T50 not being so crazy and edgy, could that be their attempt to have it not age so quickly like some of these other crazy edgy ones? I don't know.
Maybe.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah. I'm curious to see if the T50 is going to be the value holder like the F1 has been, because the F1s are, I think
people
like
are hoping
20
for
million or something like that now.
Crazy money, yeah.
Yeah. So I guess we'll see. I don't know how long it took for the F1 to really take off and hit that point.
Yeah.
We might be dead, but who knows?
For the 6 listeners still out there, I want to let you know that we appreciate you. And I wanted to give you an update just on the Inside Podcast loop. Adam and I talked not too long ago, also talked with Nathan about it, about what cars might be in my radar soon. And sold the Supra, the third Supra. And I was really close to buying a McLaren with no warranty. Really glad I didn't do that.
720 Spider, correct?
Yeah, 720 Spider. Still love a 720 Spider.
Yeah.
But I think I've come to the conclusion that I don't want to own a McLaren without warranty. So maybe later on in life, I'll own a 750 Spider while it still has some warranty or certified pre-owned warranty or something later, like a few years from now.
Like next year or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
But for now, you had to fill the spot in the garage. The Supra left a hole.
Yeah, and I'm terrible like about saying, "Oh no, I'm not going to own anything for a while. I'm just going to be chill."
Yeah.
And then just not doing that. But
so recently,
I came back to my original love.
Okay.
The last few years for Christmas, somehow in the family group chat, people are like, "Hey, send your Christmas list." Every year I've sent an eBay link for a GT3 RS. And
I shocked that no one got you one for Christmas.
Yeah,
it's
weird.
Reasonably inconsiderate.
Really weird.
But, yeah.
I'm still hurt about it. So I made my way through the McLaren trenches,
out the other
found my
side.
way back to the light, to my original love, and I picked up a 2019 991.2 GT3 RS.
And it looks and sounds awesome.
It sounds...
I'm a big fan.
Some words that I don't know if I can say on this podcast.
Yeah. That thing's awesome.
Yeah.
So
it's got full PPF. It was CPO, so I have some warranty and peace of mind with an expensive car. And I may end up tracking it. I
was going to ask. So
other cars.
Is this going to be primarily a street car for you, or?
Yeah, which is, I know there's going to be people commenting like, "Oh, what an idiot. He bought a GT3 RS and it'll never see the racetrack."
Yeah, I'll be the first one to tell you that.
Yeah,
you're an idiot.
It will see the racetrack eventually, but I did not buy it to track it.
Okay.
Because I did that with the Corvette. I had a C7 Grand Sport, and I really realized that I do not like owning a car that is like primarily for the racetrack. It's expensive. I end up not using it on the street and not getting my money's worth.
Well, you could have used that car on the street. Why?
I could have. I just didn't love it enough.
Yeah, that's not necessarily
and my
like a
wife
fun,
didn't love
exciting
it,
car to
and
have.
it was just like manual. She couldn't even drive it if she wanted to.
Yeah.
So it just didn't work for me.
Yeah.
This is my first non-manual car.
As your fun car.
Yeah, that I've owned ever. And as a fun car, although I had a CTSV wagon that was auto.
Yeah.
So I guess whatever. But
you've had very few.
Yeah. And it's great. My wife loves it.
That's the biggest thing.
Dude.
And
get your wife on board.
Yeah, I'm envious of that quite a bit.
She has driven it without me.
Yeah.
And she loves it.
Yeah.
And, oh, well, hey, I'm going to go visit my friend. I don't know, whatever. Go. Yeah, do it. You can drive it at it. That's why we bought it, to get our money's worth.
Right.
We're going to pay
Have
money
fun with it.
for memories and experience and whatever. Okay, fine. Then we better freaking use it.
Yeah.
Like, not enough to where we're going to tank the value. It's not going to get daily driven. But, 250 miles a month, 500 miles a month at the very most. Like, on the first month, we're all excited. So we probably put 500 this month. Yeah. But after this, like, maybe 250, 200, 100.
Yeah.
So it sounds good. It's full PPF, has a Sharkworks exhaust, and just revs to the moon, 9,000 RPM, launch control.
Yeah.
It's the slowest car I've owned in a while.
That was the next point I was going to bring up. Is that we just talked about being numb to speed and everything like that. Does it bore you when, driving it?
No, it's amazing. There's a new emotion that I found in my car age and wisdom that I care so much less about, like, I just want to go fast because I've achieved some speed boxes. Mm-hmm. And now I'm like, I just want to feel good. I want to be excited. I want to get this emotion invoked out of me that is like, I feel great. I'm happy. Mm-hmm. Whatever. This car does that. It's not slow. It's quick. It's on a highway roll. Some supercharged Mustang might beat me. And I might be sad about it. But at the same time, I'm going to be like, I don't care. Yeah. I'm feeling great in my Porsche.
Is there anything in particular that gives you that feeling without the speed factor? Because, I mean, for us, mainly what gives the excitement is the speed. But if it gives you all the warm and fuzzies, is it, I guess, the handling in it, the sound in it, just the way it feels on the road
the sound general, and the experience.
Like steering? Okay.
Because... yeah, I mean, everything feels tight. It handles great. It's a track car.
Yeah.
But it's also, it doesn't beat you up. It's not like a 1LE ZL1. It's pretty
Which is
nice.
Weird because this is the track version.
I know, but it's pretty nice on the street. You just put it in sport mode or not, and it stiffens up or not, and it's great. And like Supra example, that car is crazy fast. Well, if it's modified like the ones I've had, it's very fast. Mm-hmm. And I've had an 800 wheel, a 1,000 wheel, and a 1,200 wheel car. So, wow, they're just they will blow your socks off. The 60 to 180 is crazy. Yeah. Okay, great. Everything else, if you're not doing wide open pulls, it's whatever. It's
Yeah,
they're old, they're raggedy.
It's a 90s car.
They don't just like handle in corners amazingly. Whatever. The Porsche 0 to 100 is so fun.
Yeah.
Whether it's launch control or just getting off the line or going through the underpass on the U-turn and bombing through the resonating sound. Yeah. Oh man, it's so great.
Yeah. Have you been launch control launching it at every red light?
I have done it several times.
Yeah.
Not every.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I got a warranty, baby.
Use it. Yeah. All right. Well, that's cool.
Anyways, that's my story. We're near the end of the podcast. If you've made it this far, thank you so much.
Agreed.
We'll see you on the next episode.